Good morning and welcome to episode 5 of the JMCSS podcast for the district. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. I'll be joined today by two very special guests. Delisa Alsup is principal at Isaac Lane Elementary, and that's why I'm wearing shades of green in my tie.
And that's why we're here on a 5.
Woo! Level 5 school. And Aubrey Shivers, the head coach of the cross-country team at JCT. Their middle schoolers won the district championship, so we'll also visit with the Bulldogs on this show. The district is celebrating academic growth and achievement at a number of schools, including Isaac Lane. Principal Alsup, thank you for being here.
Oh, appreciate you asking me.
And something cool that happened before the show, kind of organically. Remembering that this is episode 5, and you reminded me that Isaac Lane is a level 5 school. So explain for the folks at home the significance of that designation.
So with being acknowledged or to being a level 5 school means that for our TVIS growth, so that our growth is the highest in the ranking of 1 to 5 that you can get for the state of Tennessee. Topping that off, we are also a reward school, which means we met our double AMO of achievement. So where our kids were, we doubled that in growth and achievement. So exciting times for Isaac Lane.
Academic achievement and growth are happening here in the Jackson-Madison County School System. I cheated because typically, Principal Alsup, typically my first question is, did you know coming out of high school that you wanted to work in education? So I apologize for going off script for the folks that have watched us for a while. So let me go back and ask that question. When you graduated from Northside High School, did you know at that time that you wanted to work in education?
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Knew from first grade on that I wanted to be a teacher, not necessarily a principal, but a teacher. So absolutely.
So I'm going to assume that you had some impactful educators in your life that made you want to pursue that as a career.
So many that I can't even name them all, but Patty Kane, my first grade teacher, I think sparked my interest. And it's hard to imagine that you can go all the way back to first grade and that a first grade teacher impacted you that you wanted to teach. She was positive, but I remember just learning so much. And Nelson Piercy, 7th grade at North Parkway, I had him for social studies and science. And he sparked my interest in, honestly, all the projects and things and brought out the love for history.
Mm-hmm. We were talking before the show, you come from a big family.
Absolutely.
Right. And so as the big sister, you were kind of a teacher at home. You got to practice your craft as a big sis, teaching your kids, your peers, your siblings. How did that experience kind of shape the way you approach your interactions with your students?
So coming from a family that has 4 kids, but also 6 foster children for several years growing up, and I was the oldest girl in the family. My brother is a year older than me, but I was always the one that got to babysit, or always the one that was in charge of the family when the parents are out of town, or not out of town, but at work or whatever. But I just loved playing school. And so when my siblings will tell you when they started school, they could already add and read and do. They might not have liked my techniques at the time that got refined as I went on to Union, but as a young person teaching, it's just always been there.
Your first job in the school system was
at Alexander Elementary School, which I was hired by Earl Wyman. They were a micro society school, which was based on all students having jobs. They earned money. We had a judge that handled the discipline in the building, PE jobs, newspaper, you name it. If it's in the community, post office, we had those jobs, and the kids earned money. And I got that job after interviewing with Dr. Wyman because I had 18 years of business experience, which my family owned Subway. So
give us Subway trivia quickly. Subway trivia.
Oh, Subway trivia.
Acronyms.
BMT. Does anybody know what the BMT stands for with Subway sandwiches?
I would imagine bacon, mayo, tomato.
Absolutely not. So let me tell you a few of the ingredients on it, and then pepperoni, salami, bologna. Any more? You got any more ideas?
No, I do not.
Boston Manhattan Transit.
Subway trivia here on For the District, the JMCS podcast. We're visiting with Delisa Alsup. She is the principal at Isaac Lane Elementary, and they are celebrating being a level 5 school, a reward school. I want to ask you, prior to becoming principal at Isaac Lane, you were an instructional coach at South Elementary under Scott Nelson.
Yes.
And so words to describe Scott Nelson, because at the senior leadership meeting, we get to see you guys interacting together, and words to describe Scott Nelson.
Calming, professional, one of the smartest people that you would encounter in education. So Scott leads his building in a just a very calming manner with the students and teachers. His expectations are really high. I learned so much by working with Scott. So not only as a mentor, but he's just a really good friend.
Speaking of senior leadership, what is that like for you as a first-year principal to be able on a weekly basis to meet with your peers, principals of all grade bands, for 3-4 hours a week? What is that collaboration like?
Just to meet, to vent, to learn what Dr. King is doing with us and the guidance that we have. You can't measure that. I mean, just the routines, the modeling, but the conversations that we have with each other, to be able to rely on each other, the networking that we now have. I mean, I have so many people I can pick up the phone and call, and any given day you're going to see texts coming in our principal network that we're texting each other, asking questions, or just congratulating us on things that we've done in our buildings or seen in our buildings. When Isaac Lane got notification that we came off the priority list, every principal in this district, I think, texted or called me to congratulate. So I think the collaboration, the bonding, and the friendships are just...
Our superintendent, Dr. Marlon King, is certainly he's about a lot of things. He's about open communication, but he's also about family.
Absolutely.
And I think
that's what we built, family.
He's really been intentional about making sure that the principals have a open communication with him, but also that support system among the principals. You're listening to For the District, the JMCSS podcast. We're visiting with Delisa Alsup. She's principal of Isaac Lane Elementary. And then later, we'll visit with the head coach of the cross-country team at JCT. The middle schoolers there at JCT are district champions in cross-country, so we'll also visit with the Bulldogs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Congratulations to the teachers and students of the Jackson-Madison County School System. JMCSS has been designated a Level 5 school district by the Tennessee Department of Education for significant academic growth in math and English language arts. This, along with an increased focus in the arts and athletics, means there's never been a better time to choose us. Tuition-free. Jackson-Madison County Schools. Visit jmcss.org today to schedule a tour.
Hi, I'm Chloe, a star student at East Elementary. You're watching For the District. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to episode 5 of the JMCSS podcast, For the District. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. Joining me now is Principal Awesome.
That's right.
Delisa Alsup. She's principal at Isaac Lane Elementary. You guys are pre-K through third grade?
Through third grade.
And I know some adults probably have trouble pronouncing your last name, but what do some of the younger students call you on campus there at Isaac Lane?
So it's wonderful having the last name Alsup. My pre-K through second grade kids, the majority of them, all day long, I hear, "Hi, Miss Awesome. Hi, Miss Awesome. Hi, Miss Awesome." So I get to be awesome all day. But when you get to third grade, all of a sudden, it just dings on them, and they're realizing, they're like, "It's Alsup. It's not awesome." I'm like, don't tell everybody that. So for several years of their life, I get to be Miss Awesome all day long, Miss Awesome.
Well, you are certainly Miss Awesome this year, as Isaac Lane is a level 5 school. a reward school, that's a designation by the Tennessee Department of Education. So
Absolutely.
academic progress is happening at Isaac Lane.
It is.
And it's because of the staff.
Because of the staff, the students, the parents that are believing in us, the kids that want to come to school, and the staff that has the expectations and believing in us. So that was the motto that we gave ourselves when my team came to Isaac Lane, is that we believe in us, we're going to believe in the kids, and we're going to excel.
If we visit Isaac Lane, which I have several times, thank you for making me feel welcome. What will people hear? What will people see when they visit Isaac Lane?
Well, they're going to hear giggles and laughs and see high fives and see kids engaged in learning, the excitement of it. Little people have the minds are like sponges. So they're all excited. They're all believe and love their teachers. So a lot of high fiving, a lot of hugging, a lot of shoe tying. You're going to see half the staff bent down tying shoes. But that's a lot of love. Just a lot of love.
Grades pre-K through 3. When they're leaving your campus on their way to JCT, which is JCT there right beside you. You guys are neighbors. JCT is 4th grade through 8th grade.
Yes.
What do you hope those young people take with them when they move up to 4th grade?
So I talked to my 3rd graders. I talked to them last year, and I'm already talking to them this year. The friendships that they're building now, to hold on to those friendships, because they're going to need them in middle school. Middle school can be a rough time for our kids, but they need those friendships, and those friendships that they build in elementary school, they're going to have those friends throughout their lives. But also, as I told Mr. Walker and his staff down there, it's our goal that the kids come academically prepared, as much as we can prepare them to enter JCT. So I'm thinking he'll be pleasantly surprised this year. Our 3rd graders made huge gains, and to walk into JCT more ready to learn in the middle school. So that's our goal.
Certainly, we're proud of the level 5 designation. Certainly, we're proud that you're off the priority list. Your reward school, your level 5. Talk about some of these we're going to say non-academic, but even robotics
Absolutely
has, some academic items attached to it. Talk about some of the extracurriculars that students are able to participate in.
So this year, we're real excited because the state has initiated some STEM for elementary committees and teams. Isaac Lane has been chosen for the Leaders Institute in 2 different areas.
That's right.
So,
earlier this week, I think you participated in some training.
I did for already, but this coming week, my team, 4 of us, 2 3rd grade, during fall break, believe it or not, we are headed to Nashville. 2 3rd grade science teachers, myself and one of my instructional coaches, as we embark on the computer science STEM component along with our robotics. And our goal is for STEM sports. So STEM sports in the elementary pre-K 3, we don't really have the middle school sports or, football, soccer, all that. So what has come about now, it's called STEM sports, and they offer it in K3, but it's why do you kick a volleyball? I mean, why do you kick a soccer ball a certain way? What makes a baseball hit a different direction? So using science and STEM to teach kids about sports.
So let's pause just a second. I don't know if you guys caught that. So during your break, during this week of personal time,
we're headed to Nashville.
You and the folks on your staff are going to spend time during your break learning about STEM to provide more opportunities for your students.
Absolutely.
I know why, but I think it's still important to be said. Why do you do that?
So our children
your time.
Can experience every bit of their education in themselves. So, some kids are all about sports. Some are about the arts. And as Dr. King is pushing that, we have academics, arts, athletics, so we want to be involved in that in elementary too. And that's where it sparks. And I don't know I know everybody knows kids know more about technology than adults do. They can take anything apart. They're not scared of it. They can put it together. So we want to embark on that, and we want to take it further. We have our robots. We're ready to go with our 3rd grade teams on that. And STEM sports in K2 is going to be really exciting. So we're excited.
Before we talk Friday night trash, Northside football versus Southside football.
Go Indians!
A pair of alumni up here. Yay, Southside. Before we get into that, tell us briefly about the Brave Room at Isaac Lane and what that will mean for your students.
Okay, so coming off of COVID, a lot of our kids, stayed at home. So pre-K, we're pre-K through 3. Our kids needed a place to get ready for school, to be able to build relationships with staff, with friends. So the Brave Room is going to offer that opportunity. It's a room that has games, that we have a curriculum to talk to kids about anything that they may, if they're angry today, or if they're just stressing today, or they just need to see somebody. So it's going to be a room that they can walk into. And as soon as you open the door to the room, it's like, I'm out of the school, because it's set up like a camping. It's picnic tables and cornhole and Connect 4. And it's going to be a place to build relationships.
You guys really care about the whole child.
Absolutely.
Not just that academic piece, but also how they're doing.
Which is that reason I wanted to be a teacher, to help the whole child and to spark the interest in kids.
So I don't know if it was last year or the year before last, but you still have your Northside jacket.
I do.
You are a proud graduate of Northside High School.
I am.
Even if Southside won the Commissioner's Cup last year.
That's last year. The past is the past. The past is the past. The Indians will rise again. You want me to do the cadence for you? Dun, 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 dun.
Delisa Alsup.
Northside Indian.
Proud Northside graduate. Principal of Level 5, Isaac Lane Elementary and a Reward School. Principal Alsup, thank you so much for taking your time to visit with us on For the District. Stay tuned. When we get back, we'll visit with the head cross-country coach at JCT, because we're going to celebrate the Bulldogs on their district championship.
The Jackson-Madison County school system is in need of bus drivers. Do you or someone you know have a passion for educating the children of our city? The Jackson-Madison County school system would love to have you join the team as a bus driver. Linda Thomas came out of retirement to help transport our children.
A lot of the bus drivers I know are real good people. They're dedicated. They love their job too, or they wouldn't be here.
You too can help get the children of our city to and from school safely. You can find out more about becoming a bus driver at jmcss.org.
Hi, I'm Vinny, a star student at East Elementary. You're watching For the District. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to episode 5 of the JMCSS podcast For the District. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. I am excited because we are joined by Aubrey Shivers, head coach of the cross-country team at JCT. Their middle schoolers won the district championship. Coach Shivers, welcome to For the District. I want to start off by asking you, tell us about some of the young people who are with you now, some of your athletes.
All right, I have 6th grade Kayla Ross Chisholm. I have 8th grade Adriana Brown and 8th grade Money Patman.
Awesome. And I want to remind our listeners, if you're listening to this on the radio, be sure to visit our YouTube channel so you can see the students along with Coach Shivers. Coach, first question. I know winning a championship doesn't happen overnight. So talk about some of the accomplishments your cross-country team there at JCT made leading up to the district championship.
Well, I could say the first couple meets, we started off rocky. We were at the bottom. Kids had to get adjusted to running that long distance, but to see the growth each meet, they got better, and we finished on the top at the district.
We're visiting with Coach Aubrey Shivers. He's the head cross-country coach at JCT. Their middle schoolers won the cross-country district championship, so we're celebrating the Bulldogs. Coach, individual performances that might have surprised you.
I would have to say the one that surprised me the most was 6th grader right here, Caleb Ross Chisholm.
Caleb, how did it feel to you to win the district championship?
So grateful because I wasn't good at it first, but then I started getting my pace. And
That's good. And so, Coach, we were talking before the show. The difference between cross country and track is the fact that you really have to have a lot of endurance. How do you prepare your students to build that endurance?
Just by running. You just have to get used to running that long distance, and it has to do with a lot of mental toughness also, because those kids they're running 2 miles, so their first mile they're like, I have a whole nother one, but you have to lock in and just finish the race.
And I think some of your athletes are wearing the medals. Is that why I'm hearing the?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so, remind us their names again.
Imani Patman, Adriana Brown, and Kayla Ross Chisholm.
Imani, what did it mean for you to win the district championship? How did that feel?
It felt good. It took time because I have asthma, and I was sticking with my partner, and they was like telling me like, you got this and stuff. It built courage and stuff like that. So yeah.
So you're wearing 2 medals, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the 2 medals.
The first one, it was 2 miles. I placed 19th place. And the last one, which was the district, I placed 10th place. Yeah.
And Coach, talk about the fact that this is a team sport and how all of the individual efforts, add up to the final score. Can you talk about that?
Yes, sir. That's very important. So like I tell them to just keep going. If you're not at the top, you still affect our overall score. So you just have to keep going and help the team. So I tell them, don't walk, just keep pushing. And at the end, we came out on top.
Aubrey Shivers is the cross-country coach at JCT. The Bulldogs are your district champs. Coach Shivers, is there anything you want to say to your parents or to the community as you this week celebrate your championship team?
I just want to say, just come over and check us out at JCT. We have a great culture. We're trying to build something great for the community and also the kids that are in this community. So that's it.
JCT, the Bulldogs are your district champions. Coach Shivers and company, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We hope you enjoyed episode 5 of For the District, the JMCSS podcast. We want to thank our guest, Delisa Alsup, principal at Isaac Lane Elementary, again, a level 5 school and a reward school. So congratulations. And Coach Aubrey Shivers, head coach of the cross-country team at JCT, as those Miller Schoolers are your district champions. So congratulations to the Bulldogs. For the district, I'm Greg Heath.